So ADA continues to be on a bearish trend following on from the previous update where I mentioned how I was tracking a correction made up of a XX Y structure. And shortly after that update, we ended up forming the Y wave where we ended up bottoming out at 24.58 cents. And that was then followed by a reversal where we once again retested the 200 EMA and then we got rejected, which then signaled that we were bearish, and that then led to this capitulation event that took place where over the weekend we ended up reaching a local low at 23.58 cents. Now within this move here, you can see that we continued to get rejected at the 200 EMA, and we also ended up breaching below another key level, which is this level at 23.85 cents. And in doing so, that then confirmed that what we are forming is another three-wave move to the downside with this mini W wave, X wave, and looks like it is now within this Y wave. So if I bring in the fib tool once again and bring this to 24.8 cents. So what you can see is ADA has the potential to reach the Y wave target, which would usually retrace anywhere between 1 to 1.236, and that range sits between 23.3 cents to 23.58 cents. And the minimum requirement for the Y wave is the 61.8% retracement level, and that level sits at 24.04 cents, which we ended up exceeding on this move here. And so we don't necessarily have to go even deeper towards this range here. But given the environment that we are currently in, I do anticipate the price of ADA to drop even lower. And if it just so happens that we tap into this range, we do run the risk of breaching below another key level, which is the local bottom at 23.58 cents. And in doing so, that will result in a change of character, which again will further confirm that we're bearish. And what we can see forming is a bigger three-wave move to the downside, with this being a double wave, X wave, and a Y wave. And this Y wave can either be made up of an internal three-wave move or a five-wave structure. Only time will tell, and of course that's something I'm going to be tracking. And yeah, with that being said, what I'll do is I'll set out this Y wave target, which again would usually retrace anywhere between 1 to 1.236 of the W wave. So bringing in the fib tool, I'm bringing this to 25.08 cents. And so what we can see is the price of ADA fall even lower than this range here, and potentially tap into this range between 22.81 cents to 23.23 cents. And again, the minimum requirement for the Y wave is the 61.8% retrace level, and that level sits at 23.92 cents, which we ended up exceeding on this move here. And so again, we don't necessarily have to tap into this range, but we are in a bearish environment, and this is something that I am anticipating to take place over the next couple of days or so. And if it just happens that I'm wrong and we are bullish, as opposed to this three-wave move forming to the downside, what could take place is a three-wave move to the upside. And for that to be the case, what we need is for the price of ADA to find support within the typical range for the X wave. So find support within this range between 50 to 8.2%. And yeah, we could then see a reversal to the upside with the price of ADA then breach above the local top. And so in essence, what we need is for a bigger three-wave move to form to the upside, where this X wave will need to reach anywhere between 50 to 18.2% and not go even lower to the point where we then breach below this level here, the local bottom, in order for us to be bullish. And yeah, should that be the case, what I'll do is I'll set out this Y wave target by bringing in the fib tool and bringing this to 23.81 cents. And so assuming that we bottomed out, just for the sake of the video, what we can see is ADA tap into this range between 25.32 cents to 25.69 cents if it just happens that we are bullish. But yeah, personally, I do anticipate the price of ADA being bearish in the short term. And yeah, this is something I'm going to be tracking in days and weeks to come, and I will keep you guys updated.